I have with me now Viola Llewellyn, who's the co-founder and president of Ovamba Solutions. Welcome, Viola.
Thank you, Charlie.
For you, which piece of fintech is doing the most to boost financial inclusion, and why?
I would have to say any technology that removes the challenge of language or financial literacy as a way and a means of accessing financial services on a general basis. And I am speaking from the African context. We have a lot of innovation and great tools that are out there, but they don't quite hit individuals who may not have the access either by technology or by their own education levels or ability to communicate if it can't be done in a way that is normal and natural for them.
Okay, and how is Ovamba changing this?
We built a natural language chatbot by which we're downloading all African languages so that those people who can't speak, read or write a post-colonial language, or maybe French, English or Arabic, that have a lot of information in their heads, this tends to be the informal sector, will have the ability to be processed and evaluated based on what they have to say about our businesses. And we use AI and machine learning to try to normalize that information so that it will look and act like either a regular application or a risk measurement.
I mean, it is amazing how technology is now hopefully transforming people's lives genuinely for the better. But what, from a government perspective, what is the single biggest challenge for governments who want to bank the unbanked?
The unbanked tend to be what we call thin-filed. And this is more a problem of the banks who are trying to obey the central banks and their rules and regulations that come from the ministries. The other reason is that they are often multi-banked, and the informal sector don't have businesses that are very well structured in a way that you would expect from somebody who has gone through the formal process of registering their business, paying their taxes, and is working to a business plan that would make sense. Take a very typical African SME who is from the informal sector, most of whom are driving as much as 70 to 80% of GDP in some places. These are individuals whose shops, even on a massive wholesale basis, are changing and rotating stock choices throughout the year. So a bank might not be in a position to make sense or understand that, and that's a very expensive customer to service if you don't have the right tools for them.
So how do you bring that cost of customer down, I suppose, the cost of bringing on new business, how's that brought down?
I think within the context of trade, the smartest way to do that is to aggregate all of the trade from all of these traders across a technology platform and then take control of the asset by buying what they need and having them buy back those goods as a way of normalizing their cash flow, and also making sure that you can collect the data points that will be used to create products to help and teach them to be better so that their risk is improved.
What do you think, Viola, what do you think will be the next big advance in financial technology, and how will it help mankind?
I love that question because my business partner Marvin Cole and I constantly have a tug and pull conversation about is it the tech or is it the humans? So I think that whether it's a bank or an innovator, finding a way to really help businesses to grow wealth. After all, what is the point of having a business, especially in the informal sector? It's so you can feed yourself. But we need to find a way to affect the culture of transference of wealth so that it becomes generational and it becomes sustainable, and at the same time have governments and educators not just have continuing education for the senior professionals, but to also catch individuals at a younger stage in life by evolving the education system so that the idea of having a business and being wealthy becomes an expectation and not an exception. And I think that fintech can deliver on that promise.
Viola, choose only one of the following list and tell us why. Better governance, better education, or better tech?
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to have to go with better tech, and I know the reason why.
Please tell us.
I think that with better tech, we can impact the environment. And with better tech, we can develop and deliver more education. With better tech, we can even produce more wealth. And hopefully, with more education and a better impacted ecosystem, those individuals who will be in government at some point would have grown up during a tech-enabled environment and be more influenced quite naturally and organically to make better policies. So I really think that tech is the way in which the entire world is going to experience growth in the future.
There we go. Better tech to save the world. Thank you very much for joining us today, Viola.
Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it.